God says, don't skip this. This message is urgent. It is sacred, and it is being sent from heaven to your heart because someone with the initial R is moving toward your life, and you need to understand the truth before they arrive. Like this video if you trust in God's plan. This is not a coincidence. This message is a spiritual protection, a heavenly alarm that must not be ignored. You have been praying for answers. You've cried out for peace, and God heard you. So now, this message comes like a whisper from heaven, but it holds the weight of a trumpet blast. You are not alone, and you have not been forgotten. Someone with the initial R, someone you may have trusted once, someone who carries secrets, intentions, and shadows is preparing to step into your space. But I, the Lord your God, am stepping in first. I am standing between you and every plan set against your joy. Every word in this message is part of your covering, your shield, your light in the darkness. So listen closely. Let nothing distract you now. Type 1, love you, Jesus, because your heart will recognize what I'm about to reveal. Your spirit will feel it like a memory that hasn't happened yet, and your soul will finally understand why you felt unsettled these past few days. Because someone with the initial R is connected to that feeling. They carry unfinished energy. They carry a role in your story, but not all roles are pure. Some are tests, some are storms in disguise, and some are doorways that heaven never opened. You've come too far to walk back into pain. You've grown too much to shrink for someone else's comfort. So I must prepare you, because their presence is not by chance, and heaven is issuing this warning out of love, not fear. You are not to fear this person. You are to be aware, to be awake, to be spiritually alert like never before. Because this is not the time to second-guess yourself. This is the time to walk boldly in your discernment, to trust what your spirit has already been whispering, something isn't right. Yes, that whisper was me. That tension in your chest was not anxiety, it was divine caution, a holy alert sounding within your spirit. Because I, the Lord, your protector, never sleep, and I always speak before the enemy tries to disguise himself. Someone with the initial R may come smiling. They may use old memories. They may say, I've changed, or I'm sorry, or can we talk? But your destiny is not for sale. Your peace is not up for negotiation. I am protecting what I placed in you. And not everyone deserves access to the anointing you carry. And so I will say it again, my child, be careful with the one who comes wearing the letter R. They are not always who they appear to be. The spirit behind them is what I want you to discern. Look beyond the face. Listen beyond the words. Feel beyond the gestures. You are no longer who you used to be. You have grown through pain. You have healed from wounds they didn't even know they caused. You have cried yourself to sleep over moments they have already forgotten. But I did not forget. I was there for every tear. I held you when they vanished. I comforted you when they blamed you. I saw how you were made to feel like a burden. But you were never a burden. You were the blessing they didn't know how to receive. And now they may be returning. But this time you are not the same. This time you are armed with wisdom. You are not bitter, but you are wiser. You are not closed, but you are guarded by truth. And you are not angry, but you are aware. I have placed angels around you to keep watch. Your home is covered. Your mind is protected. But you must still choose to walk in discernment. Because I can shield you, but I cannot make your choices for you. I love you too deeply to control you. So I warn you instead. Heaven gives you eyes to see, ears to hear, and a spirit that knows when something isn't right. So hear me now. Do not ignore the red flags this time. You saw them before, but you made excuses. You said, maybe I'm being too harsh, or maybe they didn't mean it. But the truth is, you saw clearly. And this time, I need you to trust what you see, because the stakes are higher now. Your calling is closer now. And the enemy would love nothing more than to re-enter your life through someone you used to love, someone with the initial R. This is why I had to speak now, before they speak to you, before they charm you, before they confuse you. I had to remind you of who you are now. You are royalty in my kingdom. You are chosen. You are rising. And anything not aligned with my purpose for you must fall away. Even if it comes wearing a familiar name, even if it comes looking like love, because my definition of love protects, restores, and leads to peace, not pain, not chaos, not confusion, and not emotional manipulation. You do not owe access to anyone just because they missed the old you. Let that sink in. They missed the old version of you because they haven't met the healed you. They haven't met the version of you that now walks with heaven's fire in your belly. The version of you that doesn't break so easily. That doesn't beg for attention anymore. That doesn't accept crumbs because you know you're worthy of the whole feast I've prepared. Yes, my child, let me continue to speak what your soul already knows is true. You are not who they left behind. You are not who begged to be understood. You are not the broken version they last saw. You are becoming everything I created you to be. And that's why the enemy is nervous. That's why the enemy is nervous. That's why old connections are starting to knock on your door again. Because they feel the shift. They sense the glow. They see something rising in you, and it terrifies the darkness. The person with the initial R is being used as a test to see if you'll go back or finally move forward. This is not to harm you. This is to position you. This moment is holy. It's a turning point in your life. And I need you to choose with your spirit, not your scars. I need you to walk by faith, not by history. Because you've been here before, faced with a decision to let someone back in or to protect what you've built with me. This time, my child, choose your healing. Choose your peace. Choose the future I've promised you. Don't reopen doors I've already closed. Don't mistake your compassion for a calling. And don't confuse guilt with guidance. You owe no one access to the sacred place I've built in you. Especially not someone who once dishonored it. The person with the R is carrying both memory and motive. But not all motives are pure. And not all memories deserve a seat in your present. You may still care. You may still wonder what could have been. But I see what would have been, and I spared you. I pulled you out for a reason. Don't crawl back into the pit just because it's familiar. Familiar pain is still pain, and I want joy for you, peace for you, love that doesn't hurt, healing that doesn't reopen, protection that doesn't isolate. You've suffered long enough. You've questioned yourself long enough. You've felt alone long enough. But I have never left your side, not for a moment. Even in your silence, I stayed. Even in your tears, I listened. And even in your doubts, I held your hand. You thought I was far, but I was closer than your breath. And now, I am showing you what I've been preparing behind the scenes. A shift, a promotion, a realignment. But before the blessing can fully arrive, this test must come. The R will come with charm, with softness, with apologies. But I want you to listen with your spiritual ears. Because their words will sound right, but their spirit will feel off. Your body will tense. Your thoughts will race. Your heart will feel conflicted. That is not my peace. That is your spirit waving the red flag. Do not ignore it this time. Do not let nostalgia become your trap. Do not let kindness override your clarity, because clarity is my gift to you in this hour. And confusion is never from me. When I speak, my voice calms. When I move, my presence brings stillness. When I guide, it leads to peace, not panic. So if their return stirs unrest, recognize the sign. If their words resurrect old pain, trust what it means. You've outgrown who they knew, and they're returning to a version of you that no longer exists. They miss who you were. But I love who you're becoming. Let me finish what I started in you. Let me protect you from cycles dressed up as second chances. Let me heal the parts of you still tempted to go back, the parts that want closure, the parts that still wonder, maybe this time it'll be different. Child, if they were meant for your future, they wouldn't have crushed your spirit in the past. If they were sent by me, you wouldn't need to shrink yourself just to keep their love. I don't send people who destroy the very light I placed inside you. And yes, I believe in redemption. Yes, I believe in transformation. But not everyone returns because they've changed. Some return because they see you've changed. And now they want access to the healed version they never helped build. Guard your soul, my beloved. Guard it with prayer. Guard it with wisdom. Guard it with my word, which is sharper than any sword, because your anointing is precious, and your purpose is magnetic. It's drawing people to you, but not all who come are sent. Some come to observe, some come to test, and some come to steal. Don't be deceived by flattery. You were never called to be flattered. You were called to be fulfilled. You're stepping into a divine season of release, a season where I'm removing everything that drains you, where I'm blocking every person who delays you, and where I'm positioning you for supernatural acceleration. You've waited. You've obeyed. You've walked through fire and come out without smelling like smoke. Now comes the blessing. But first comes the choice. What will you do when R knocks? Will you open the door? Or will you remember that not everyone who seeks you deserves to find you? Some people were only part of your wilderness. They are not meant to cross into your promised land. Do not drag old wilderness energy into a future flowing with milk and honey, because what you tolerate now will follow you tomorrow. And I want you free, not bound, not drained, not confused. Free. Free to walk in joy again. Free to trust your own voice again. Free to breathe without waiting for the next betrayal. Free to stop explaining yourself to people who only hear what they want. Free to dance in the sunlight of your healing without someone pulling you back into the shadows of your past. This is what I want for you. Not more pain disguised as a second chance. Not another heartbreak wrapped in hollow promises. Not another cycle that looks different but ends the same. You've cried too many tears for someone who never deserved your depth, and now heaven is asking you to honor that pain by learning from it. That was not wasted sorrow. That was sacred preparation. You weren't being punished. You were being prepared. Prepared to see with spiritual eyes. Prepared to walk with holy strength. Prepared to say no with grace and not guilt. Because your yes is powerful, and it should never be given carelessly. So when R approaches, pause, pray, listen, and protect your peace like the priceless gift it is. Peace is not passive. Peace is protection. It is evidence that I am in something. And when someone disturbs that peace, I want you to know I am not in it. Do not let loneliness make you settle. Do not let time make you desperate. I haven't forgotten your prayers. I haven't ignored your longing for true love, safe love, lasting love. But I can't give you my best while you're entertaining what's beneath you. You've leveled up in the spirit. So now, every relationship must match that level. Every voice near you must echo heaven. Every hand that reaches for you must carry peace, not pressure. Love should not make you question your worth. Love should not make you beg for consistency. Love should not break you down to build someone else's ego. And if they can't celebrate the new you, they don't deserve access to you. You fought for this healing. You've wrestled with angels in the dark, and you came out transformed. Don't hand your victory back to the one who didn't even show up to the battle. This is your divine warning. but also your divine reminder that you are not alone, that heaven is backing you, that my angels are surrounding you, and that even if R tries to come close, they will not come near your purpose if you trust me. If you walk away when your spirit says no, if you choose obedience over comfort, if you value your peace more than their attention, because attention fades. But peace is eternal when it comes from me. My child, I am not raising you to be desperate for love. I am raising you to be love, to walk in the power of knowing who you are, to attract people who align with your destiny, not distract you from it. You were never created to be someone's emotional dumping ground. You were made to be a vessel of my glory, a light in a dark world, a temple of my spirit. And that means you must protect your space. Your heart is holy, and it deserves holy company. The person with the letter R may not come with horns. They may not scream danger. But that's the thing about the enemy. He often disguises himself in what looks like what you want. He doesn't knock with fear. He knocks with familiarity. But I have taught you to feel truth, not just see appearances. And that uncomfortable feeling deep in your spirit, it's not paranoia. It's protection. It's me whispering, be careful. It's me standing between you and another round of tears you don't need to cry. It's me calling you higher. So don't lower yourself. Don't walk backward just because it's easier than climbing forward. This is your elevation season. You've waited for it. You've wept for it. You've warred in prayer for it. So why let someone who only knew the old you disturb the new garden I've planted in your soul? You are not their rehab center. You are not their redemption story. You are not their unfinished business. You are mine, and I take care of what belongs to me. I am jealous for your peace. I am fierce about your future. And I won't sit silent while someone tries to pull you away from the table I've prepared for you. I've set this table with blessings you didn't even pray for, with joy you forgot was possible, with people who love you purely, fully, freely. So if R doesn't belong at this table, they won't get a seat. And neither should they be allowed a whisper in your ear. You are not that broken child anymore. You are a warrior. You are royalty. You are mine. And I didn't rescue you just to watch you crawl back into a storm I delivered you from. You don't owe them another moment of access. You don't owe them another ounce of energy. You don't owe them a response, a reason, or a round two. You only owe me your obedience, because obedience is your protection. And I promise you this, if you trust me, I will bring someone who doesn't make you question why you had to wait so long. I will send someone who recognizes the treasure in you without needing to be convinced. Someone who sees your soul and doesn't flinch. Someone whose love sounds like peace and feels like home. But that door cannot open while you're staring at the one I've already closed. So take a breath and close it all the way this time. Not halfway, not with a crack open. Shut it, seal it, surrender it. Because when you fully surrender it, I can fully bless you. I can fill the empty places without competition. I can release what is truly yours without delay. But you must clear the space first. You must stop revisiting graves, hoping for resurrection. Some relationships were never meant to rise again, because I buried them for a reason. And while you're trying to revive what once was, I'm trying to reveal what could be. The person with the letter R may come with gifts. They may speak with tears in their eyes. They may say all the right words, but words are not the proof. Fruit is. Watch for the fruit. Does their presence bring peace or pressure? Do they leave you lighter or more anxious? Do you feel safe or do you feel small again? Your body knows. Your spirit knows. And I know too. I am not exposing them to hurt you. I'm exposing them to spare you, because I love you too much to let you fall again. You have too much purpose to keep pausing for people who don't match your future, and I did not lead you through the wilderness just to have you turn around when you're this close to Canaan. No. This time, you will pass the test. This time, you will walk away with your dignity. This time, you will choose your calling over your craving. You're not who you were when you let them in the first time. You are stronger now. You are clearer now. You are spiritually awake now. And though they may not see it, heaven sees it. I see it. You are rising in authority. You are rising in wisdom. You are rising in wisdom. You are rising in identity. And not everyone is meant to rise with you. Let me remind you of something. I closed that chapter because it was stealing too much of you. Your joy, your focus, your energy, your identity. And you felt the cost, didn't you? You felt the ache. You felt the confusion. You felt the way your soul kept reaching for someone who barely reached back. That wasn't love. That was survival. And I never asked you to survive someone who was meant to be temporary. Let them go. And let me write the new story. Not a recycled one. Not one based on what almost was, but one rooted in peace. One born in healing. One that starts with clarity and ends in joy. Because your future is too sacred for confusion, and your destiny is too big for compromise. The hour may come, but your response is what shapes your path. Will you give in to the old pattern, or will you step into? This is your moment to choose. This is your divine crossroad. And heaven is watching, waiting, praying with you. Yes, even the angels hold their breath when a soul they protect comes to this kind of decision. Because what happens next will either delay your destiny or accelerate it. And I, the Lord your God, desire acceleration. I want you to run and not grow weary. I want you to soar on wings like eagles. I want you to break cycles that have held your family captive for generations. You were born to be the cycle breaker, the one who says no more, the one who says I choose healing over history, the one who walks away not out of bitterness, but because peace is finally more important than proving your worth. You never had to prove anything to begin with. You are already enough, already worthy, already chosen, already covered. So don't go back to explain yourself. Don't go back to be understood. Don't go back thinking closure comes from their mouth. Closure comes from my truth. And my truth says, you are not what they did to you. You are not what they didn't say. You are not the pain they caused. You are who I say you are, a royal priesthood, a holy vessel, a light in the darkness. And you deserve to be loved without having to be broken first. You deserve to be cherished, not tolerated. You deserve to be seen. So when they come back with soft words and open arms, stand still. Don't rush to respond. Let me speak first. Let me show you what's behind their eyes. Let me remind you of the nights they forgot you, the tears they didn't wipe, the prayers they never prayed for you. And let that memory not fuel your pain, but awaken your wisdom. Because now you know. Now you've seen. Now you've survived. And survival was not the end of your story. It was the beginning of boundaries, the beginning of discernment, the beginning of recognizing your own voice again. This is not just a message about someone with the letter R. This is about every spirit that tries to dress itself in false light. This is about every test you'll ever face. Every relationship that looks like a blessing but feels like a burden. Every person who talks like love but walks like confusion. So from this moment forward, you will know the difference, because I am removing the veil. I am opening your eyes. I am filling your spirit with wisdom so deep, even the lies won't sound tempting anymore. You won't be tricked. You won't be lured. You won't be moved. Because you are planted in me. And no storm, no no returning distraction can uproot what I've sealed in you. Yes, my beloved child. Let me end this message with the truth your heart was always meant to hear. You are safe in me. You are surrounded by my presence. You are covered in a protection no human hand can remove. What is coming cannot shake what I have secured. The person with the initial R may try to re-enter your life. They may come with apologies, with reasons, with charm, but now you are no longer moved by appearances. You are rooted in discernment, and my spirit within you will whisper louder than their words. You are not obligated to reopen a door I already closed. This time, you will walk forward. This time, you will listen to the voice of peace. This time, you will see clearly. And your protection is not in isolation, it's in obedience. Obedience to the small nudge. Obedience to the warning in your spirit. Obedience to the path I have carved for you with my own hands. Child, I will never call you into something that breaks you. I will never lead you back into chains I died to free you from. So do not fear what's approaching. Fear cannot stand in the presence of perfect love. And I am that love. I go before you. I walk beside you. And I surround you like a shield of fire, not to scare you, but to prepare you. Not to make you bitter, but to make you wise. Not to warn you out of panic, but to teach you how to protect your promise. You are my chosen. You are my delight. You are the light I placed in this world for such a time as this. So shine, even when they try to return. Shine, even when it hurts. Shine, even when you say no with trembling hands, because heaven is rejoicing every time you choose freedom over familiarity. You are not going backward. You are moving into a new season, a season of divine protection, a season of unshakable peace, a season of God-sent relationships, real love, and restoration. Do not mourn who left. Celebrate who you're becoming. Do not fear who's coming. Trust who is already with you. I am the Alpha and Omega, the one who sees all, knows all, and loves you beyond what words can express. Let my words be your shield. Let my truth be your guide. Let my peace be your home. You are not alone. You are not abandoned. You are not abandoned. You are not in danger. You are under my wings. And I will not let harm find you, not when you're walking with me. So rest, rise, rejoice, because this is not just a warning. It is a divine promise that what's ahead is far greater than what's trying to return. Now go forward, my child, with wisdom, with confidence, with peace, because heaven walks with you, and I am proud of you, forever and always. Amen.